Assalamualaikum students. Today we are going to discuss an activity whose aim is to show that matter has mass. Okay, so in this we have to show that matter has mass. This is the aim of this activity. What are the things, what are the materials required for this activity? Some iron nails, pencil, eraser, box, pencil box, beaker, a big bowl that contains the beaker, water on the and a weighing balance. Okay, these are the materials which are required for this activity. What we have to do in this activity? We have to place the beaker in a big bowl and fill it with water to the top surface, to the up to the brim. Okay, and weight the bunch of iron nails, record its reading, and then gently put the bunch of iron nails inside the beaker. There is a displacement water which is collected in the bowl. Weigh the bowl containing the water and the empty bowl. Compare the reading with that of bunch of iron nails. Weigh the other articles and can prepare a record. Okay, what we are doing in this activity? We take a bowl, okay, and place a beaker in it and fill the beaker with water. Now place iron nails in it. Okay, as the water is filled to the top surface, or we can say to its brim, on putting the iron nails in the beaker, the water comes out. Okay, so collect the water which is get collected in a bowl and record its reading. Okay, so weigh the bowl containing water and the empty bowl. Compare the readings. Okay, so we can compare the readings. We can record the weight of the water which comes out and empty bowl. What we observe? We observe that the amount of bunch of iron nails which we placed inside the water, it occupies some spaces. That's why water get displaced and comes out of the beaker. So we see that the iron nail which having mass which is equivalent to the mass of the water displaced, or we can say that the amount of water which comes out of the beaker and get collected in the bowl. So in this way we can say that iron nail have mass. Okay, is it clear to you? Now another topic is composition of matter. Okay, so matter is composed of pure substance or a combination of pure substance. Okay, so matter, what is matter? Matter already discussed that it is anything that has mass and occupies space called matter. And matter is composed of either one of the pure substance, or we can say that there is a combination of pure substances. Okay, what is pure substance? What do you mean by pure substance? So a pure substance has fixed chemical property. This is very important. This is the property of pure substance, that their properties has some fixed properties. Okay, means the way the substance changes when brought in contact with other substances. Okay, they have fixed chemical properties. This is the characteristic of pure substance. It also has well-defined physical properties also, such as pure substance has definite color, definite taste, definite smell. This is also a property of pure substance. So there are two properties: fixed chemical properties and fixed or well-defined physical properties. Okay, so here a pure substance can be either element or a compound. Okay, so when two or more pure substances, say element or compound, or with these both combined physically, okay, when there is we are combining these things, so the substances retain their individual properties, and the combination which we obtained is called as mixture. Okay, is it clear? The combination of elements, compounds, or both is called as mixture. Okay, remember this thing, the composition of mixture varies, it is not fixed. Okay, so the mixture has varies composition. It is not chemically combined, and this mixture can easily be separated by the use of physical methods. Okay, so now comes to another thing, that is element. What is element? An element is a substance that cannot be broken into simpler substances. Okay, I mean, it is a pure substance, it cannot be broken down into other simpler substances by any means, by physical means or by any chemical means. Okay, they up to till date there are 118 elements known. A few elements are hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon, oxygen, sodium, magnesium. These are some examples of elements. So we can say that an element is made up of very small particles called as atom. Okay, and the word atom is derived from a Greek word atomos. Okay, so an element is made up of very small particles called atom, and atom is derived from a Greek word atomos. Is it clear to you? As we know that elements cannot be broken down into similar substances, and an element is made up of small particles called atom. So atom of some particular element are of same type. Okay, suppose element of oxygen, so all the atoms is of oxygen element. Okay, there is no another atom of another element. It is written atoms of different elements differ each other, but atoms of an element are all same type. Is it clear? For example, any two atoms of oxygen are identical, but the atom of sulfur is different from the atom of oxygen. So it is clear that atom of some particular element will remain same. Okay, but if we take an element, two different elements, the atoms of one element different from the atom of another element. Okay, see, atoms of certain elements, when atoms combine, they form a large particles called molecules. Okay, for example, when two hydrogen atoms joins, they form a hydrogen molecule. Okay, see, this is hydrogen atom, this is a hydrogen atom, they combine and they form a hydrogen molecule. Okay, and 8 sulfur atoms, these 8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, these 8 sulfur atoms, they join and form a ring shaped structure called as sulfur molecule. Okay, so on combination of atoms become molecule. Is it clear to you? Atoms of there are some elements which do not have the ability to form molecules. They are called as inert gases. Okay, or noble gases. Here are some examples of such type of elements which do not have the ability to form molecules. Okay, they are such as argons, neons, kryptons, xenon, radons. These are the atoms of some elements which do not form molecule. Okay, so another thing which comes is compound. What is compound? A compound is a substance that is formed when two or more elements combined chemically. Okay, combined chemically in a fixed proportion. This is a very important thing. When two or more elements they combine chemically and their ratio, their proportion are in fixed. The proportions, the ratios are fixed. For example, water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, so their ratio is fixed. There is always a fixed ratio, that is H2O, means hydrogen will remain 2 okay atoms and oxygen will always remain as 1 atom. Okay, so for compound it is important they are chemically combined and they are combined in a fixed proportion. Here are some examples like carbon dioxide, table salt, sugar are examples of compound, and every compound has a definite composition. Okay, so these are some properties also. Definite composition, they chemically combine in a fixed proportion. Okay, there's suppose this hydrogen molecule, this hydrogen atom, this hydrogen atom, they combine, they form molecule. These two hydrogen molecules combine with oxygen molecule and form a water molecule. Okay, the properties of compound differ from those of its constituent elements. Means this is water molecule, it is a compound. Its characteristics, its property is different from its individual, or we can say constituent elements from which water is made. For example, property of water are different from the properties of constituent elements. Water is a compound, okay, that does not support burning. Water does not, we all know water does not support burning, but its constituent oxygen is very much required and it's a supporter of burning, okay. And hydrogen is a combustible which is easily burned, okay. So these two things are from which water is made, and water has different property as compared to its constituent elements. Is it clear to you? Okay, so elements, compounds, their properties, molecules and atoms, I think this is clear to you. Okay, watch the video carefully again and understand it.